Hello everybody, welcome to our first scripting tutorial on the channel, part 1. So what we're going to want to do for our first scripting tutorial is we're going to need to create a script somewhere, so let's create a part here, right now. Scale it, I want to make it that big. Chances are if you're watching this, you can't do it stuff that's fast, so feel free to stop the video and do what I'm doing. You don't have to copy me thing by thing, you don't have to scale anything up, just insert a part, the plus button, and insert a script. So if you don't know how to insert a script, hit the plus button, and then you can go down to script, and then just click on it. Okay, so this is part 1 scripting tutorial. Welcome. If chances are if you're watching this, you're kind of new to Roblox Studio, so I'm going to kind of help you with some stuff and pretend you're new. So first of all, we're going to learn, if you know locals and prints and some very basics, if you know some of this, you should move on to part 2 and we should get into more stuff. Okay, so let's start by creating variables. What's a variable? That's what we're going to find out. So type in local. Okay, this is literally what a variable is. Now let's say p, whatever, just type in anything here. Equals script.parent. Script.parent. So, do you know what that means? No, it doesn't. Script.parent. Basically, that means this. If you are able to make a script that says, do something to this weird text right here, it will do that to script.parent. And look at that, script.parent. That means part. So that's kind of a little bit of the basics. Now let's learn something very, very important called functions. You probably have not heard of it. So basically functions are very important. Basically a lot of scripts run on functions. Maybe if statements, but mostly functions. Basically, let me talk a little bit about functions. We're going to learn as we go. Okay, so do script.parent. See, that means the part. Now we're going to do dot. Now it just sounds like I know what touched means, but really, I found this out. I forget what tab it's in. So go to view. I think it's not script recovery, find all, replace all. I don't think it's that. Performance, call, stacks, watch. Hold on, give me a second. Object browser, here it is. Basically, what we can do in the object browser is find what anything does. So always say we can find its accessory type, whatever that means. This is what we can find from an accessory. We can destroy it, remove it, and this is things we can get it to do. Let's go to what we want. We want to edit our part, right? So I'm going to go down, since it's in alphabetical, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, J, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and it should be in here somewhere. Part, yes. Now we can find what we can do with the part. So basically, we can change, we can see if it got touched, if it just stopped touching it, if a script is destroying it, if it changed, accessory changed, whatever all this means, child added, yeah, so child removed, all that stuff. So we can see if any of these happen. Now, what I want to see if this happened, is if it got touched. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect something. The thing we're gonna connect a function. So that's what we're gonna do. So you should do that, connect. So basically, what this is saying is whenever this is touched, so whenever the part is touched, it will do this. So what I want it to do is connect a function. So what we're gonna do is connect, and I'll type in func. Don't worry if you don't know what's going on, you'll know what's going on. Watch this video a couple times repetitively, and you can kind of get a grasp. Trust me, it's worth knowing how to code. So what we're gonna type in is function hit. Okay? Now, hit this very last part and hit enter. Look at that. Now it automatically made this. This is what will happen once script.parent is touched. So as we saw before, this is all the actions that you can see have happened. So basically, if it's changed, you can type script.parent.changed, script.parent.destroying. That would work. But all these things here, all that look like lightning bolts, you can see if that happened. Now we're going to connect function hit. Now, once it's hit, what do you want to happen? So basically, script this thing that you can see what happened. So what you're going to want to do is type in, well, let's see what we want to do. Do you want to have something happen to the part? Then script.parent, which is part. So let's just make sure it matches capitalization. Now what we're going to do is dot, something we want to change. Look at all this stuff over here. So click on this right here. And if you go to, I think it's view, you can enable click on this. If it's not gray, click on it. Properties. This will show up. Don't worry, you'll understand what it is. You can change these properties right here. So we can say transparency equals 1, and that'll make it invisible. You can say reflections equals 1, or reflect things, kind of like a mirror. You can say organ orientation. I have no idea what that means, but it probably contributes to something big. So you can change its orientation. You can change its collision group ID. You can collide with it. So this you can change. So basically, I want to change its transparency. Transparency equals 1. So that means you cannot see it. So let's see if this works. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to play. And if it does not work, I know we made a bug. And I know there was a bug because it did not work out. So I think what will happen is it should invisible itself. Okay, I think I know what happened here. Let's see if we can find our part. Basically what happened is it set its transparency to 1 because it's kind of touching something. It's called the ground. So we're going to anchor this. Let's stop it, and then we're going to anchor it. And make sure it's not touching the ground. You can move it just a very, very, very little bit, but just make sure it's not touching the ground. Or maybe I changed its transparency to 1. Click on it. Make sure its transparency is 0. Good. I'm going to change the transparency to 1. Yeah. Good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to hit anchor. We're going to move it up. You might be wondering, well, that can make a pretty big difference in a game if it's up like that. Well, what you can do is you can go to model and turn that off. Look at that now. Look how much smoother that moves. So what you're going to want to do now that you have done that, make sure it's not touching the ground. And you can tell because of that white line, if you can see that white outline, that means it's touching. So that is good. And if it's anchored, that means it can't. That means it can fall. If it is not anchored, it can fall. If it's anchored, it cannot move. No matter what happens, it cannot move. If it automatically turns transparent, then I think that means something's wrong. So let's walk over to it, touch it, and as you can see, it just became invisible. Now you can add as many things as you want that's in the properties. You can make the entire thing invisible, just a little bit invisible. You can change the transparency to anything. You can change can collide. But let's say we want to change like something like this. Can collide, so that way you can no longer collide with it. So what you want to do is type in, so you just say the same thing, but instead of typing letters, you type in either true or false. So you can try that out yourself, but I think that'll be it for part 1 of our scripting tutorial. If you want a second one or want to learn more, come to my channel and we have so many more scripting tutorials and videos. And make sure to stick along because there's a lot more to learn. In the second video, I'll show you a little more. Also, one tip, whenever you enter a free model and it has a script, do not copy the script. Do not copy paste the script. Just like if a video says copy the script and put it in your model. Don't copy paste it, write it for yourself. That will make it so you can learn. So now that you learn, you'll gain more knowledge. So that will be it for this tutorial. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Hope you have a nice rest of your day. Thank you for watching our videos, and peace.